Welcome to Year Round the Peninsula. I'm Petty Officer Grant Womack. Soldiers suffer from both physical and mental wounds, but mental wounds are hard to tell and treat. Catoosa Private Lee Jin Woo celebrates the anniversary of Army chaplains, who have always looked after the soldiers.
Welcome.
Cheers and applause fill the South Post Chapel in Yongsan. Chaplains and chaplain assistants from every military unit on Yongsan gather to celebrate the 241st anniversary of the Army Chaplain Corps.
Chaplain and chaplain assistant feel like if they're doing God's will, if they're taking care of soldiers, then that's the safest place to be. Sacrificing, making sacrifices on behalf of soldiers is something that really chaplains and chaplain assistants understand.
The Chaplain Corps started off in 1775 when George Washington felt the need of religious help for soldiers. For 241 years, chaplains have always worked as a spiritual consolation for soldiers.
As long as we have an army and as long as we have to fight wars, we will always be asking for God's help. I don't think that's something we can do on our own. So as long as we need to be asking for God's help, there will be unit ministry teams.
Specialist Elizabeth Harris, Yongsan, Korea.
Army chaplains manage special teams for soldiers with post-traumatic stress disorders, helping them get back to their lives. Moving to a new place to work and live can be nerve-wracking. Army Sergeant Matt Cromer shows us how the USAG Yongsan is working to make a smooth move.
The transition to USAG Humphreys is a work in progress. Military personnel, civilian employees, and their families attend a transition and relocation brief on Yongsan to get the latest information on the big move.
I'm also going to be affected by the move to Camp Humphreys, and I will be moving there soon. I will be the senior responsible officer there.
At the town hall meeting, attendees can ask any questions about the transition, such as education, medical services, and housing. Leadership will update in the 8th Army website, magazine, and newspaper for further information. Army Sergeant Matt Cromer, Yongsan, Korea.
Some residual functions will remain in Yongsan for many more years. A new program is coming to Kunsan Air Base that changes the way civil engineers do business. Staff Sergeant Joseph Park has the story.
Facility managers at Kunsan Air Base will soon have a new way to interact with civil engineering. The new system, TriRiga, eliminates a lot of the paperwork and streamlines the process that keeps the mission moving forward.
When you have that work order, instead of calling customer service, your facility manager will go in, input the work order, and it will be sent off to get coordinated all online. It will be then sent to the shops to get scheduled into their work. And also the facility manager will be able to go in and see where in the process the work order is.
Along with implementing the new system, civil engineering is also taking a new proactive approach to maintaining the Wolfpack.
We are looking at more preventative maintenance over corrective maintenance. So what we're doing is we are sending teams out to get a full assessment of each facility on base, see where there's potential problems, and then try to maintain these systems before they break.
The new maintenance plan, along with the TriRiga system, will help enable civil engineering to keep the Wolfpack running strong. Staff Sergeant Joseph Park, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
Kunsan Air Base is one of the first bases in PAC-AF to receive the TriRiga system. Last May, President Obama appointed the Honorable Eric K. Fanning to serve as the 22nd Secretary of the Army. In his role as Secretary, he is responsible for all things relating to the Army, and as Air Force Staff Sergeant Darren Murphy tells us, that means getting out and meeting the troops, working on the front lines, where the Army needs them.
The Secretary of the Army, Eric K. Fanning, takes time to visit soldiers from the 35th Air Defense Artillery Brigade at Osan Air Base, in his first visit to the Republic of Korea since assuming office last spring.
Well, I think we're always concerned with the activity that's taking place in the Korean Peninsula, which is why we have such a long-standing commitment to the South Koreans and to hopefully adding to peace and stability on the peninsula.
This relationship, according to Secretary Fanning, is a direct result of the hard work and dedication of the soldiers he serves.
But we have 100,000 soldiers and Army civilians in this region, and they are working directly with our allies around the Asia-Pacific region. It's great to see. They're all motivated, they're very excited, and they are very excited about the mission they're a part of.
And it's that motivation that maintains peace on the peninsula. Air Force Staff Sergeant Darren Murphy, Osan Air Base, Korea.
Before being appointed the Secretary of the Army, the Honorable Mr. Fanning served as Acting Secretary and Undersecretary of the Army. He has served the United States Department of Defense for nearly 20 years. You're Top Gun living high in the sky and got a need for speed. When suddenly you find yourself in a danger zone, what do? You eject, surviving the perils above only to face the terrors below, alone and out at sea. Specialist Stephen Solomon reports, training led by survival, evasion, resistance, and escape or SEER experts.
At the outdoor rec swimming pool, a couple of experts from SEER were training personnel.
Basically everything that they would need to know in that situation.
That situation being, what would they do if they had to eject and parachute into the sea?
And then once they land in the water, we go over what to do if they find themselves under the canopy. They actually had to go under the canopy, hand over hand, and make it to the other side without freaking out, which they all did a good job. So then from there, what we did is we actually had them practice the different drags, both on their stomach and on their back, exactly what to do in case that parachute inflates with air and they're getting dragged across the ocean. And once again, everybody did that successfully, no hiccups there. The last part to it was open ocean survival. So we had everybody get in a one-man life raft and experience what it would be like to be in that situation, how to take care of their basic needs, as well as understand everything in their survival kit.
And reflecting back, how did the participants in the training respond to their instructions?
There's a degree of enthusiasm and respect and just a joy and just really that they get into it. What can I say? And on top of that, the training is excellent. Everybody really does a great job, and I'm quite privileged to be able to be here. I'm glad to be here to help out, but having a fantastic time while here.
I'm Specialist Stephen Solomon, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
No matter the terrain, it's always important to take the time to train your body, mind, and spirit what it takes to survive. With a staggering number of veteran suicides that happen all around the world every single day, service members from Osan Air Base realize that number is too high. Air Force Staff Sergeant Darren Murphy takes us to the base where they showed their support for veterans around the world.
22 veterans commit suicide every day, a number that really grabbed the attention of airmen and soldiers at Osan Air Base. So, to raise awareness, they ruck around the base while carrying a flag that holds a simple message each one of them wants to send to veterans all over the world.
Just like this flag says here, never quit. Never quit. It's never over. Your lives mean a lot. Everything that you've done for us means a lot. And there are plenty of people out there who are here for you. If you need somebody to talk to, please talk to somebody. That's it, man. A lot of times we can't see those signs, so you guys got to let us know. We are here, and we're willing to talk to you and help you out.
A message that speaks volumes to those that struggle day to day after leaving the service. Air Force Staff Sergeant Darren Murphy, Osan Air Base, Korea.
If you're a veteran and need support, contact the Veterans Crisis Line at 1-800-273-8255. That was your Around the Peninsula for this week. To see these stories and others, go to the AFN Pacific website or view them through the AFN Pacific app. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.
Fever, rash, joint pain, and red eyes are all symptoms caused by the Zika virus disease.
The Zika virus is contracted by those who are exposed to the mosquitoes that contain the Zika virus. These mosquitoes are found mostly in the tropical regions, so if you're stung by a mosquito that contains the Zika virus, then there's a good chance you may contract the disease.
The disease may not have serious consequences for adults, but it may be fatal for unborn babies. If a pregnant woman is bit by a mosquito carrying the Zika virus, it can be passed on to the fetus and possibly lead to birth defects such as microcephaly, which is where the baby is born with a small head and brain defects. The best way to prevent the infection is by not getting bit by mosquitoes. When outdoors, use insect repellents, wear long sleeves, and soldiers who are in the field should wear specially treated uniforms. Army Sergeant Ryan Sharp, Seoul, Korea.